Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. This is Mark coming to you, live because I got something working here today. Little bus that starts all over again. But yeah, guys, this is Christ from Six Mind, aka Mark, coming to you live with another video power. I know I'm using my old headset that has a lot of graininess, and I apologize for that. But I didn't think it'd be a problem with this damn head camera's not working. I had an update with Windows 11, and you kind of know what that goes with. Um, it messed up my resume of all things. It's all cryptic, weird nonsense. I got to figure out how to restore that. But side note, my mother's doing fine. Told her earlier, mom doing fine. We're gonna have to put her in a home eventually. Once she gets healed up, and she has some issues, but nothing to concern about really about. Just usual. When your family member, your mom or dad get to be 70, 80 years old, 75, 80 years old, it does play a role in the family, especially with all that going on. Especially if she hadn't been around and over a decade with the family. It kind of plays a little harder role than normal. But we'll get through it though, and thank you guys for your prayers and your time, thinking about the family, my family, keeping us in your prayers. We do appreciate that. It helps us a lot. Now, to get on the meat and potatoes. PlayStation Network acquired to play Horizon Forbidden West or not? What about upcoming Sony games to PC? I think it's some guy from Seattle. I think his name is that talked about this first. It's been on here for a while, guys. It's been going on for a while. I've been playing different games, and Sony is trying to push PlayStation Network accounts on PC gamers. So much so that PlayStation is literally losing sales because of it. Well, I mean losing sales because of it. I mean they're literally losing money on the table because of it. Um, they don't understand that the PC gamer doesn't want to be bothered with more launchers. And it's not. So, oh my god, Mark, you PC gamers are just so dramatic. I said, no, we're not dramatic. We just don't want to spend extra money, extra time on launchers. We have enough launchers as it is. I think a lot of PC gamers, a lot of non-PC gamers just don't understand that. You guys just don't understand what PC gaming really is and what it means to us, to a lot of us anyway. And I think that needs to be addressed. And I think the PC world, non-PC world, has to come to terms with this. That what I'm about to tell you is not nothing. It ain't nothing new. PC gaming guys have been around for a long time. Okay, and like it or not, PC gaming is what helped save game industry. Yes, we all know about Mario and the NES. I had one when I was a kid. We all had one when we were a kid, Mario consoles and stuff. And that's fine, great and all. But in the same sense, though, too, we also all grow up, too. We all grew up to different, we're all different ages. We all grown up. And, hey, Killer 100. What's up, 100? Killer. How you guys doing? I know the second person watching is probably going to be boxing himself, I do believe. Like I almost guarantee boxing watching. Thank you guys for watching the video, by the way. Stopping by. Like I said, my video, my live streams are all come and goes, please. But PlayStation requirement is PlayStation's requiring their thing, trying to require on Forbidden West. Before I played Forbidden West for a little while, it popped up saying PlayStation Network log in, but it said optional underneath it. So I went ahead and let it count anyway. I have a count on my phone. I just went ahead and just logged in because I have no problem with that. Um, but a lot of gamers, and this too is going to cut off a lot of games. And PlayStation Network is trying to get rid of the games out of countries the Forbidden West was sold in, because Steam is vastly more. Let's spit on my monitor. Vastly more available than PlayStation Network. So if you're if you're Sony or a Sony fan and you live in these countries, oh, I can play a Forbidden West now. You heard about it in different countries. Maybe you visited a friend, family member from different countries. They have PlayStation Network. You played it. I want to have that, but your country didn't have it for whatever reason. You have Steam. Oh, wow, I can play it now. And now they try to take it away from you. Be forewarned. Just be reminded. These countries that are losing PlayStation games, people are buying the games at retail cost. Okay, no, they're not. They're not buying a game cheap. They're not getting the game at a discount. They're not scalping it. They're not, scalping. They're not, we call it, pirating the game. They're getting it from, a legitimate Steam, a third party seller to them. So this notion that they are scalping the game, or they stealing it is, or stealing it, or scalping key codes, like back in the day, you scalp some person will get a bunch of codes of the game, like Call of Duty, for example, early access codes in itself for like $10 or whatever pop. That's called scalping. But that's it could be free, pre-order the game. And he gets like say 10 or 15 more, and he goes off and sells them for a profit. It's called scalping. Pirating is when you take the game and you pretty much steal it practically. you find ways around the paying of that product. Called stealing. That being said, though, is there any reason to think that PlayStation Network is not going to require PlayStation Sony going to require PSN? Sony has already indicated that Spider-Man 2 and Last of Us 2 will require PlayStation Network activity to even just launch the game. I mean, just to launch the game, it will require you to sign into your PlayStation account. If you ain't got one, the game ain't gonna run. Technically. Now, if it does run like crap, that's even worse than not running at all. But let's hypothetically say that the game runs like dog water, because they don't want you to have fun with the game, I guess, for whatever reason. But they don't want you to have fun with the game, technically. Sony doesn't. I'm gonna drop bombshells, you guys. Sony doesn't care about profits. They don't care about profits. At one time they did, because all they had was PlayStation, because their phones weren't working, the TVs weren't selling, and refrigerators were still a thing of a mystery to them. What they care about now is PlayStation Network accounts being activated. It could be standard accounts, pluses, whatever. Because they have shareholders that care about this crap. It's the only reason why you have the Helldivers 2 situation that spilled over into the Horizon Forbidden West. Now it's going to spill over to Days Gone 2, Spider-Man 2, Last of Us 2, and whatever else other Sony games come down the pike. And I think executive at Sony has one of saying that their games have suffered hits from sales because of the PlayStation Network requirement. Because many countries do not have access to PlayStation Network. They can't get it. Certain embargoes, certain regions, whatever, doesn't matter. Insert your opinion down below. What do you think? Why do you think PlayStation Network is not available in these countries? Could it be an ethic reason? Could it be reason based, different ideologies? Just comment down below what you think, and I'll read them later on when I get a chance, and I'll reply to and the ones that I can apply to. I'll reply to them. No, I'll reply to all of them. You may just have a heart or might say some words, but let's keep it PG as much as possible. Okay, but PlayStation Network being required to play a game. I never known that with Nintendo. Now Nintendo games are only on Nintendo. I had to buy a $50 expansion pack, but I got for like $35, the discount, to play Sonic 2. Sonic 2 to me, full screen Sonic 2, by the way, on my TV, on my Switch. Side note, I did buy Lego City Undercover and also Super Smash Brothers Ultimate. They're pretty cool games, by the way. But I did that to make a point. You can only play the Nintendo products on Nintendo products, games, software. Yes, we all know. You can get the Steam Deck and play emulated games on Nintendo on there for right now. But when Mario decides to slap Steam with a lawsuit, a formal update is going to come out and it's going to erase all that connectivity on there. With that, now if you're using certain software that's paid and made licensed by Nintendo for whatever reason, it'd be fine. But why I'm saying Nintendo for, because Nintendo is very tyrannical when it comes to their products. They don't like when people are selling the products without them getting a piece of the action. And that's just any business out there. Don't care who you are. They didn't care who you are. If you are out there, making money, you got a product, and people are selling a product to their party, you want a piece of the action. That's just the way it is. It's not mafia. That's not, it's just being, a business-oriented person. You have business sense. Okay? So that being said, and oh yes, sorry, this is weekend news, by the way. Sorry, I forgot to put it in there. But it is something that needs to be addressed. If you buy games, or if you buy other competitors' games, like Nintendo, they want a piece of the cut. You're buying it from different areas. GameStop, Walmart. Brand new games that matter to them, used and 100% to GameStop, whatever you're buying it from. But that's Nintendo. So to say that Sony is doing anything that Nintendo wouldn't do is silly. People say, "Well, Nintendo is not this tyrannical. They were in the past. You have no clue." Go look up the 1990 lawsuit requiring Nintendo to stop being so tyrannical because it required companies only make games for them and not Sega, and they only make 5 games a year. And that forced other companies who are doing business to make subsidiary companies so they can produce more games on Nintendo and make more money. Because 5 games a year is not a lot. Think about it. Brass tacks at all. So this ain't nothing new, though, really. You can't buy an attachment for the PlayStation to play Xbox games and vice versa. But you can play it on Steam, though. The game's on Steam. Microsoft, anyway. Because, They want games on PC. They want games everywhere. Sony, all they care about is PlayStation Network account activities. That's all they care about. Because their stockholders are spending hundreds of millions and billions of dollars pumping money into the company. So what do you think? So me personally, they really don't care about the games they're creating. If they can make tons of money on PlayStation and never sell on PC again, they'll never sell on PC again. But they're doing that because they want to expand their PlayStation Network, activity. And I say to a friend of mine, I told him, said, if Sony gave a reason why to have PlayStation Plus, they don't, because Sony's very terrible when it comes to keeping your information safe. They've been hacked so many times since 2008. It ain't funny. So many times the breaches, people lost identities, people lost their credit card information. People had their lives ruined because of that. That you know cheap network. And even when you're paying for it, you're still at risk with Sony. So it's really hard to not argue with PC gamers when they say they don't want their accounts hacked, and turn around and have Sony ponies who are kissing the rear end of Sony saying, well, you don't understand, you just create the account and you're fine. You're not fine. Because what happens if you put your email address on there and you have to have one? They can pirate your email address. Well, let's say you have, a small business on the email address you run. Now it's compromised because now Sony got compromised. So I see where people are saying that PlayStation Network is not good to have. It's useless. It should not even exist in the first place because the security is so bad on it. And they ain't lying. They ain't lying at all, folks. I mean, you can't make this stuff up, guys. Well, you can, but you guys can't make this stuff up. You guys can't. There's no way to make this stuff up, make it work for Sony, Microsoft, for Sony. You can't. How many more people's lives would be ruined when they have to realize that their information, personal information, has been leaked through a Sony breach? See, I want the Sony ponies to comment on this video and explain to me how it's okay for people's identities to be breached, all because you want a PlayStation, app on your phone, or you just love you love the company so much you don't care that your personal identity, goes down the toilet. Your finances, your credit cards, your credit score, whatever you may get affected by this one little breach. You might lose everything. Small business loan you're trying to get, the mortgage, the home loan you're trying to get, the car loan you're trying to get, can all be washed away. See, PlayStation Network, people in Sony don't understand or don't care about online security. And I'm sick and tired of the Sony ponies, galloping around, galloping, trying to say, well, you don't understand. You just don't want to create the account because blah, 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 blah. And it's not because we don't create the account. It's because we don't trust Sony because maybe these people's accounts have been breached. Maybe they haven't been protected by that magic cloak you wear every day. The magic little, blanket you wear. A lot of people don't have magic blankets to protect them from, negativity like that. I think people just need to start accepting that, and start accepting, how it breaks down, and stop thinking just because, well, it didn't happen to me doesn't mean it won't happen to you. I'm not saying that Steam didn't get breached. They did. Epic Store got breached. Microsoft got breached. But these companies have infrastructure security systems to protect them. And, and they investigate. They don't sit there like Sony and try to cover it up. like happened in 2008 and I think in 2012, 2014. They didn't try to cover, these companies tried to, so Sony tried to cover it up. All because they didn't want to, hurt their investors. But to hurt their fans, people who bought their products, it's okay. So in closing, guys, in this video live stream here, just be careful with your information. I created an account with Sony, but I don't put anything on it other than my email address. The one I have multiple ones, so I change different ones I use. I don't use the one I use for business or whatever. I just don't need to. It's not important. But it goes without saying, though, we need to start understanding this. How do we get at this point? That's topic for another video for another time. I'll catch you guys later. This is Christ169, aka Mark, out. Be safe, be blessed. See you guys next week.